My friends, I wanted to come on and do a reading about how your person is feeling about you, and I already know what collective I'm tapping into. I did a reading yesterday where I got very cold while I was doing channeled messages, and I got like really cold. And I wanted to do this reading like a half an hour ago, but right before I went to do it and I started channeling, like I was setting up for it, I channel energy, so I start kind of picking up and embodying the energy that I'm channeling. And I got super anxious. I actually almost had an anxiety attack. I have like a sweater here because I'm also picking up this coldness. So I needed to really ground myself before I did this reading. And one other thing that I was experiencing was it was almost like I was afraid to do this reading or afraid to face you, if that makes sense, like face you like this, like see you. So I'm not sure if this is someone who's afraid to face you right now or afraid to talk to you. And I did like cleanse, I saged my space, and I like grounded myself so that I could get out of that anxious energy. But even right now, as I hit record, I'm picking up on a very anxious energy. So I don't know if that's you that I'm feeling or your person. I feel like it's your person because I was trying to channel your person's energy. And now that I'm looking at that, we have the shark, and I'm hearing jaws, right? I'm hearing that doo-doo, doo-doo. So this person could be very intimidated by something right now. Take any of these messages as they resonate to you. And I'm also feeling called to mention something that I've discovered in the last week, which I don't know why I'm being called to tell you this, but Spirit told me to tell you. So if you are someone who's struggling to trust your intuition, this is going to sound like a really weird message, but you need to drink more water. I've always been someone who's struggled to drink water. And over the last week and a half, I've started drinking more water. And when I say I've started drinking more water, I've started drinking more water. Like I am drinking a lot of water. Like I don't want to guess at how many liters a day of water I'm drinking. I've never been able to drink water. But this week and half of last week, I wanted to stop putting so much like coffee. And I also really like orange juice, so I wanted to stop putting so much caffeine and acidity into my system, and I really started drinking a lot of water. So if you need to drink more water, I would suggest it, or if you feel called to drink more water. One thing that the biggest change that I've noticed in me since drinking a shit ton of water is that my intuition has like, whoa, it's woken up, which makes sense because energy is fluid, right? So when you think about it, again, I don't know why I'm feeling called to tell you this, but by drinking more water and putting more fluid into your body in that sense, it can help connect you with your intuition. And I know that sounds a little strange, but I felt really called to tell you that because I've noticed a huge difference in my intuition since I started drinking like multiple liters of water a day. I became hyper-focused on drinking water, and I just kind of like, I had to convince myself to do it because of course I have self-limiting beliefs just like anybody else. And I was like, no, I can't drink more water. It's impossible. Or I would drink more water, but excuse. So what I did was I got myself this huge cup, which is my favorite color. And I've just been drinking so much water. And it's really helped my intuition. So again, I don't know why I wanted to tell you that, but Spirit told me to tell you that. So I'm still feeling very anxious and cold right now, even though it's warm in my room. I'm shivering. So I already feel like I know what collective this is for, but we're going to see how your person is feeling about you. I only have 2 decks here. I grabbed these 2 decks to see how they're feeling about you. And I think what I'm going to do, we have the tier emotional water. So that could be symbolic. The tear has been coming up in a few of my readings recently, so you could be part of that collective. And again, I just started talking about water. Oh my gosh, the more that I get closer to getting this message out, the more anxious I'm starting to feel. So I'm just going to put my water over there. Okay, let's get into it. Spirit, how is this person feeling about my viewer? How is this person feeling about my viewer? We have the owl, so they could be watching you. They could feel like you're clairvoyant, which makes sense because I just started talking about water. So if you are someone who's highly intuitive, especially if you're trying to do what I do and channel energy and read energy, start drinking a shit ton of water. I can't tell you the difference it's made for my intuition. It's just been crazy. Crazy pants. We have the turtle. I'm like shaking. Maybe your person has anxiety or you have anxiety. Or again, maybe this person, like they feel like they need to make a move towards you with a shark. But they're feeling nervous about doing that, or they're feeling anxious about coming towards you. Just 1 second. All right, I just needed to take like a couple of big deep breaths. As someone who's struggled with anxiety their entire life, my heart goes out to whoever is feeling this anxiety. We have the fox. The fox like haunts us. The fox haunts our readings. It was also in reverse, so you could be dealing with someone who is unsure of their own identity. So there could be a lot of projection. When someone's not quite sure of their own identity, they project onto others. But let's get into it. Like I said, I started thinking about this reading like an hour and a half before I filmed it. A half an hour before I tried to film it, started having a panic attack. I was also seeing the image of Beauty and the Beast where she can't see him. He's like standing in the darkness and she's like, come into the light, and he's afraid to come into the light. So that could be symbolic for your person. We do have, I wasn't going to shuffle again. Whoa, we have the crow and the deer. So you could be highly intuitive. Drink more water. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. We'll see how long I can hyperfixate on drinking water. I'm sure it'll be short-lived, but I'm going to try to keep drinking. So look at this. We have the lizard, and whenever I see the lizard, someone here could be neurodivergent with the lizard. But what do I want to do here? I want to see how they're feeling about you, and then I want to see how they're actually doing. And again, just bear with me because I'm shivering. This happened to me in a reading yesterday, so if you watched that reading and you resonated with it, I'm shivering. That could be, this could be your reading. So, how is your person feeling about you? That came out so quick. We have the mouse. Anxiety, oh my gosh. I'm sorry, but again, this water's been a game changer for me and my intuition. When I was sitting there having a panic attack, I was like, I wonder if the mouse card will come out, and there it is. So for how your person is feeling about you, anxiety, overthinking, very nervous. That is crazy pants. Very nervous, very anxious. It came out so quick. And that's what I mean, like, I wasn't feeling anxious this morning. I wasn't feeling anxious in my everyday life. But the moment I started preparing for this reading, anxiety set in. I just heard someone sneeze. So maybe this person feels like you're a blessing in their life. But feeling very anxious, very apprehensive about what's going on between you or approaching you, whatever your situation is. Very interesting, very interesting. Just really quick, it says fixing, preparing, organizing, scrutinizing. So someone could be like, again, overthinking about you right now. let's look at this person's energy. That's how they're feeling about you. Nervous, anxious, busy with no purpose. And I don't think that's you busy with no purpose. I think that that's them. I think that they're trying to keep busy, but there's no purpose in what they're keeping busy with, what they're distracting themselves with. So again, anxiousness. I don't know if you can see that, but my camera keeps doing this weird focus thing. So maybe your person's having a hard time focusing. Let's see their current energy, your person. What is their current energy? We have the elephant. So the elephant is a destroyer of obstacles. So right now, their current energy, they are trying to overcome obstacles. They are trying to overcome barriers. Perhaps there's a boundary in place. I also have to mention how this elephant is holding a flame. So I do feel like for some of you, you could resonate with counterparts, but I may have to put on my sweater. I don't know. It's not cold in here, but just your person. Oh my gosh. Destroyer of obstacles. So right now, this person, we have the fire ant. Your person's energy is, my heart goes out to your person, even if you don't have, like, maybe right now you don't have compassion for them right now because of whatever they did to you. But it does look like your person could be, like, one of the obstacles here could be the opinions of others or gossip. The fire ant is also, like, I'm getting reactive. So maybe one of the obstacles here is that your person is very reactive or aggressive is what I'm hearing. Again, their current energy, they're currently overcoming obstacles in their life. And as they overcome these obstacles, I feel like it's causing them to want to come towards you. I want to see how they're viewing you, how they're perceiving you right now, because that could also be part of the anxiety. Like if I don't know how they're perceiving you yet because I haven't gotten the card, but if they're perceiving that you're fine, or they're perceiving that you've moved on or something like that, that could be part of what's making them feel so anxious here. But let's see. So how is this person perceiving you? How are they? That just hit me in the face. So we have the Scorpion for how they're perceiving you. And this came out in, I think, a pick a card I did last week. For how they're perceiving you as the Scorpion. So they're perceiving you as like in an energy of self-protection. So they could be perceiving that if they come towards you, you're going to like bite their head off, or you're going to tell them off, and I'm not saying that their perception is wrong. Like maybe you do, maybe you have reclaimed your power in some sense, but it makes sense why this person is so anxious to come towards you, because in their mind, they're thinking, if I come towards this person, I'm going to get stung, or, I just feel like for how they're perceiving you, they're perceiving that you're protecting yourself right now. So maybe you did have to put up a boundary, or maybe you did have to speak your truth to this person at the last point of contact. How interesting. I just want to look in the book for 1 second. So that makes sense. So the Scorpio talks about like someone, they're perceiving you as very dedicated to your career right now. Maybe you only have a few select friends, but there's something about they're perceiving that you are still upset about an unresolved issue in the past, and that's going to resonate differently for your story. But there seems to be some unresolved issue between you in the past that hasn't had, there's been no closure, there's been no resolve, and they're perceiving you as still upset about this unresolved issue. So their perception, is if they're nervous about coming towards you because maybe they need to apologize, or maybe they need to have an honest conversation with you. Does that make sense? Interesting stuff right off the get-go. For how they're perceiving you, we also have the bear. And the bear talks about awakening from a spiritual slumber. So this person is perceiving you as someone who's been through some type of awakening, however they're perceiving that awakening. For some of you, maybe they know that you've spiritually awakened. For others of you, it could just be that you're stepping into your power, finding your own power. The other perception is like, I'm getting mama bear energy, and I'm not saying that you're a mama. But mama bear energy to me is like, I'll just give you an example. My entire life, I couldn't stand up for myself or stand in my power. But once I had children, the moment somebody came towards my children in a threatening way or spoke badly about my children, mama bear, like mama bear. So maybe you are a mother or a parent, but this person could be perceiving you as in that like mama bear protective energy, if that makes sense. So that's their perception. Again, I don't know how accurate their perception is, but you'll know. So now I want to see, that's interesting. I just got a message from my friend that she has been crying. So I don't believe in accidents. That's interesting. The tear crying. So maybe your person's been crying over you. So I want to stay with, I just cut the deck. We have the vow. Oh my goodness, the vow. Very powerful. Soul contract. Unspoken soul contract. Unspoken. So maybe you haven't spoken about this with this person, but clearly you and this person have a soul contract. So I want to look at how they're feeling about you first. I'm just going to go same thing. How are they feeling about you? How are they feeling about you? We have the creator. So you could be busy creating something. You could be a creative. Maybe that's why I mentioned drinking water. If you're creative, creativity can come from your intuition. Psychic ability, comes from your intuition. Creative ability comes from your intuition. So I think that's a very strong message for someone. If somebody had told me a while ago that drinking more water could help with my intuition, like I've been told my whole life, drink more water. It can help with this. It can help with this. But if somebody had told me like a year ago, drinking more water can help with your intuition and your psychic ability, I would have been like, chug, chug, chug. So take it as it resonates for how they're feeling about you, the creator. So maybe you've stirred something within them. You could be very artistic. Where's the table of contents? I need the table of contents. The creator. Where are you? Why? I can't even, hang on. So for how they're feeling about you, we have the artist, the alchemist, the innovator. So you could be an alchemist, or you could be, how can I put that? For how they feel about you, you are not someone intimidated by darkness or lack. So I feel like for whoever you are, how they're feeling about you is that you have overcome darkness in your life. Again, you could be an artist, or you could be working at creating something right now, which I was getting with the Scorpion card. Or you could be someone who alchemizes energy, is what I'm hearing. They generate bounty from the seeds that others tossed away. They annihilate preconceived notions of what is possible, leaving unexpected openings in the wake of destruction. The creator does this first by being absolutely present to what is, not imagining or wishing things were different. So maybe you're being honest about the situation and you're no longer wishing things were different, and maybe you said something to this person. Trusting a force greater than themselves. So you could be highly intuitive, which makes sense why my guides were like, talk about water. That is interesting. So that's how they're feeling about you. Again, I feel like maybe you have awakened something within this person. They could feel with this creator card, it's giving me like wand energy. So they could feel like a very strong spiritual connection with you. And again, the vow, an unspoken soul contract. Let's see what energy they are in. We have the heart. Whoa. That's interesting. So I'm just going to pause it while I find this in the book. So their current energy, we have the heart. And I have to mention that I actually, when I laid that down, I laid it down in reverse. So when dark, fraught, tangled, betrayal. So for some of you, maybe, their current energy, maybe someone betrayed them or maybe they betrayed you. Fraught and tangled. So feeling very stuck, feeling very like I'm thinking about Tangled, not the movie, but tangled, all tied up. And I'm thinking about how anxious I was feeling. This also mentions we may even become a stranger. So maybe this person, like maybe you haven't heard from them in a while, or maybe you've both just really changed since whatever happened between you. Like maybe they're looking at you as someone who's really evolved and really changed. I'm thinking of that Bear card. But this is also showing me that this is someone currently dropping into their heart space, dropping into, thinking about love, thinking about compassion. Maybe they had like limited views on love, or maybe they didn't know what to do with love. Like some people who have never experienced love don't know what to do when it's staring them in the face. They don't know how to hold it. They don't know how to appreciate it. So I do think right now your person is very much in their heart space thinking about you. My goodness. It also talks about awaiting your return. So for some of you, this person was maybe waiting for you to return to them. And they're starting to feel anxious because they're starting to realize, if I want this person, I'm going to have to do something. Like I'm going to have to return. Because it does mention awaiting a return. So I do feel like for some of you, maybe your person was hoping that you'd return to them. Like maybe you said something really, I don't even want to say harsh. Like maybe you stepped into your power, that mama bear energy, and spoke your truth. And maybe they were hoping like, oh, maybe eventually this person will return. But I feel like they're waking up to the fact that they need to return to you if they want to be with you. So we're going to get one for how they're perceiving you. So how are they perceiving you? I'm going to look that up. We have the womb. You could be a mother, like, or a parent, the womb. There's something that I want to look at here. It's funny because I feel like if your person would just talk to you, they would get over their anxiety, because as I get into this reading, as I settle into the energy, I've stopped shivering, I've stopped feeling anxious. So for how they're perceiving you, I did see genosis. Is that how you say that? Innermost knowing. So again, for how they perceive you, they feel like you have an inner knowing about things, about life, about them, about yourself. Very intuitive is what I'm hearing. Contemplating the mystery. So they are seeing you in a very mysterious energy, like almost like you have an inner knowing, which makes sense with all that other energy that was coming through about intuition and water and stuff like that. And again, if you think you're intuitive and you don't drink water, just wait until you start drinking liters of water. Your intuition will take off. Please, just try it. There's no harm in trying, right? So I'm just trying to find this in the book. The womb, the nest, the belly, the origin. So for how they're perceiving you, nourishment, harmony, warmth, love. So that's really interesting because they're perceiving you as someone who could bring them this nourishment and this love. But the way they're perceiving you right now is that you're giving that to yourself, or you're giving that to your children, or you're giving that to your friends, especially with that Scorpion card, because that talks about like having a few select friends. What else? I choose to be happy with the changes I have already made. That's the affirmation when I'm asking about how they perceive you. So clearly you've made changes, and clearly you seem happy about those changes. This also talks about feminine principle, warmth, tenderness, sacred intelligence from which we came. It is a card of receiving. So they're perceiving you as someone who's, in this energy of attracting and receiving, not trying to, it says not achieving. So the way they're perceiving you right now is you're not trying to achieve anything with them. You're not trying to chase or control anything. You're in the energy of receiving only, which is actually, you know, it's actually a really beautiful energy for you to be in if that's, you know, the energy that you're in. That's how they're perceiving you. Again, there's this energy of they were awaiting your return, but they're realizing, wait a minute, what was I just hearing? That you're not taking returns. You're only taking, or you're only accepting returns. You're accepting returns, but you're not going to chase somebody for a return. Does that make sense? I was thinking of like shopping. Anyway, I don't know why I was thinking of shopping. I don't like shopping. Hang on. Oh my gosh, it's so out of reach. There we go. So let's get a few cards about how they're feeling about you. We have emotional storm. We also had depth. So very much dropping into that heart space, dropping into their emotions. Maybe they're drinking more water and it's making them finally able to tap into their intuition and their emotion. Or maybe they need to. Spirit, please send this person a message that they need to drink more water. Because my viewer is getting this message from me, but I think their person needs that message too. Divine Feminine, first cut for how they feel about you. The energy of receiving, not chasing, not trying to achieve anything that's, you know, out of their grasp. And now I'm feeling called to mention something else, which might seem a little weird to some people, but I'm going to mention it anyway. So I am autistic and I am a creature of comfort, and I'm very weird about the clothes that I wear. They have to like feel okay on my body because I'm very hypersensitive. The focus keeps, I don't know what my phone is doing right now. But yesterday, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but yesterday I ripped my favorite jeans, and the rip was in a place where I can't fix it. And they're my favorite jeans, and I was very sad. And I was like trying to justify with myself why I shouldn't throw out my jeans, even though there was a big rip in the bum. I had just worn them too many times because I'm autistic and I wear my clothes into oblivion. Like I wear them until they fall apart because that's how much anyway, I like comfort, right? I like comfort clothes. So I had this big tear in the butt and I thought, I could work with that. Like I could still wear them. I'll just tie a sweater around my waist, or I'll just only wear long shirts. And it was like my higher self kicked in and was like, what are you doing, Kelly? Like, what are you talking about? Why would you hold on to a pair of pants that you have to hide? You know, you have to hide parts of yourself to wear these pants. You have to like cover up parts of yourself to wear these pants. Why would you do that? And I thought, Spirit, you're right. I'm just going to throw those pants out, even though it was hard for me. And I don't know if that's you, but Spirit was giving me that example. And yes, I have different pants on today. Yes, it's uncomfortable because I'm not used to them. Change is uncomfortable. But maybe you're someone, I'm just thinking about the energy that's coming out in this deck and those decks. Maybe you're someone who like, again, realized something wasn't working for you here. We have conflict. So this is their feelings about you. Their feelings about you. So we have beauty, Empress energy. So you have both the Divine Feminine cards in this deck, and we have broken. So this person is feeling quite broken, quite heartbroken, and maybe they didn't for a while because it took them a while to fall into that heart space and that emotional space that they're in right now. And I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences. It wasn't a coincidence that I started this reading talking about water. I only ever talk to you about what Spirit tells me to talk to you about. So that's interesting. So let's see how this person is feeling about my viewer. How are they feeling about you currently? How are they feeling about you currently? How are they feeling about you currently? Oh my gosh. I tell you, I don't believe in coincidences. Coinkydinks. Let's get two more. Oh my gosh. What are you? So we have conflicted. So they are feeling conflicted about what to do here. It's almost like this person has been waiting for you to make a move, like awaiting your return. But they're realizing, their intuition is telling them, this person is not returning. I need to do something. So they could be conflicted about how to come towards you. This could have been someone, it says decisions, hot and cold. So this person could have been like very inconsistent with you, very hot and cold. For how they're feeling about you, we have new beginnings. They want to try again. So they want this new beginning, but they're conflicted about how to have this new beginning. We have perspective. So their perspective of this situation and you has changed. And look at this, better off. So for how they're feeling about you, I don't think that there's nothing in this reading that says they think they're better off without you. But there is a lot about how they think you might be better off without them. So maybe you're really thriving right now, right? Maybe you're going through a glow up and they're seeing that and they're realizing they're not coming back. They're not going to return to me. They're not going to chase me. They accepted the situation and now they're just in this energy of receiving. I'm talking about you. Maybe they're better off without me. But this person definitely has a clearer headspace about this, a clearer view of the situation, a clearer perception. They feel like you're really happy. I'm going to be honest. They feel like you're happy without them. And I know for some of you, you're like, I am happier without them and I don't want them back. And that's fine. My intention is it's okay if that's who you are. But my intention is like to bring people closer together, not to validate. How can I say that? I'm not doing this reading so that you can be happy that your person is suffering. Like that's the last thing I want, is for someone to be happy that their person is suffering. Anyway, for how they're feeling about you, we have healing, releasing. So they feel you releasing them. They feel you cleansing your energy. They look at you as someone, the bear, who is healing, who is awakening, whatever their perception of awakening is. And then we have longing, craving, aching, wanting. Again, they know you're not coming back is what I'm hearing. And we have intuition, which again, that's why I was called to mention that water thing. So they see you as someone very intuitive. That's come out several times, 333 on the timer as I'm saying that. It also says like heart song and inner knowing for how they feel about you. So they have this inner knowing that they love you. They have this inner knowing that they let somebody really good get away is what I'm hearing. They have an inner knowing that you have a special connection. And maybe this person, like, again, there's this anxiety about coming towards you. Let's get another one for how they're feeling about you. We have heart fog, mixed signals, blocked emotions. They messed up. They know they messed up. And oh my gosh, they know they messed up. And again, we have blocked emotions. So this person had a blocked heart chakra. And that's why I always say that black and white thinking of if they wanted to, they would. If they loved me, they would know it. They would be able to act on it is not true necessarily, because it looks like this person had like a blocked heart space. So again, they didn't know what to do with that love. They didn't know how to receive it. And I'm hearing they squandered it. I'm hearing the term squander. They squandered you. I don't even know what that means. I love when spirit gives me words that I don't know, because I don't use like a lot of words. I'm a very, my word capacity is very small. So I always find it funny when spirit gives me these words that I don't know. But we have apology, forgiveness, return. So there's 2 cards about return. And again, the heart, there's a couple cards about the heart. an inner knowing, and right now their energy, they are in the energy of that heart space awaiting your return. But again, they're realizing, they're waking up to the fact that if they want to return, they're going to have to apologize. Think about the way they're perceiving you. Unresolved, they're seeing you as still holding on to an unresolved issue of the past. And that's not my way of saying that you're over there being resentful. Maybe you do have resentment and you are, that's your free will. That's your right. You have every right to feel the way that you feel. But they could feel, like you do need an apology. And again, you probably do. They probably did something that warrants an apology here with this energy. And that could also be why they're anxious about coming towards you, because not everybody knows how to apologize. Not everybody is capable of apologizing. Some people never learned. Other people apologized as a child and got punished for it, or it went unnoticed by their parents, or they watched their parental figures not apologize when, imagine a child where the parent keeps hurting the child and keeps hurting the child and keeps hurting the child. And that parent never apologizes to that child that they hurt them. That child then grows up, hurting others and not apologizing, because that's not something they ever learned or saw or was modeled to them, if that makes sense. So some people have to learn how to apologize, and maybe that's part of this unspoken soul contract between you, is that this person was meant to learn how to apologize. So I feel like you're only still here if this is resonating. So let's keep going. I want to see how they're feeling about you. Truth. They could owe you some sort of truth. They're seeing the truth of this situation. We also have discipline, and what was that? Death. So clearly there was an ending here. So how is this person feeling about you? I'm not cold anymore. Happiness. They're seeing you as their happiness. They're also seeing their perception, and it may be true, is that you are happy right now. Not happy that this is over, but you're happy in your own energy, whatever you're doing to create that happiness. So let's cut the deck. We have blame. So for how they're feeling about you, they could have, the fact that this is in reverse makes me feel like this could have been someone who, remember I said projection. So this could have been someone who blamed you and said it was your fault. And now they're realizing that they were the ones to blame, or they have a part in the blame, and they need to take accountability. I'm getting justice here. Justice in reverse is blaming partner unfairly. And the fact that this is in reverse is making me feel like this person did blame you unfairly for whatever happened between you. I don't know. I don't know the details. I don't know the nitty gritty. But let's confirm how this person is feeling about you. We have denial in reverse. Interesting. We have self-esteem. So they're feeling like you're really blossoming into your own self-esteem right now, which makes sense with the divine feminine energy. We have fear in the upright. Makes sense with all that fear and anxiety I was feeling about facing you. Again, I take on the energy that I'm channeling. So I had all this fear and anxiety about facing you. I almost thought maybe I should just do an over the head reading because I didn't want to face you. So maybe this is someone who's maybe I should just send a message because I'm too cowardly to face them. I'm seeing cowardly lion, so a Leo could be symbolic. But yeah, fear. This person is also, they could be realizing that whatever they were in denial about came from a place of fear. They could have fear that you're moving on. They could have fear that, again, that Scorpion, the way they're perceiving you, they could have fear that you are still upset about some sort of unresolved issue in the past with them, which again, for some of you, I do feel like you are still upset about something and something needs to be spoken about and there needs to be an apology. So yeah, fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. And we have denial in reverse. And it says, I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. So again, this person could have been in denial about this connection. They could have been in denial about whatever happened between you. They could have been in denial about the fact that they needed to come towards you with an apology. They could have been denying this apology. Take any of those messages as they resonate. Let's get one more for how this person is feeling about you. Loneliness. My goodness, it feels like this person sees you thriving and they feel quite alone and they feel like they're missing your energy. So they very like loneliness. They feel alone without you. And it's almost like I'm hearing they feel silly for denying this connection in the first place, or denying apologizing in the first place. Like that comes from a very proud, egoic place. And remember, I was hearing the cowardly lion. So again, I can't help but as a reader, I'm not here to make excuses for people, but as not as a reader, but as someone, courage in reverse, they're lacking the courage to come towards you. That's that, again, it confirms everything that I was feeling. As you awaken and as you heal, you start to have compassion for everyone, and I mean everyone, and it can be frustrating sometimes. So that's why I have compassion for everyone I'm reading for, including your person. I can't help it. What do I want to get now? What do I want to get now for how your person is feeling about you? Let me just pause it for 1 second. It's almost like this person is planning on what to say to you, because I don't know if I've ever done a reading where I'm just... This feels different. Just hang on. So I just grabbed 2 different decks, and you could be dating someone else, or they could be fearing that you're going to start dating someone else. For some of you, maybe you already are putting yourself out there. What are you? We have liquid courage, bravery, confidence, intoxicated, odd behavior. So this person may need liquid courage to come towards you. And I was talking about drinking all that water. Liquid courage, anyway. Take away the liquid courage, though, right? Take away that liquid courage mentality. It says bravery. So this person is feeling like they need to be brave and face their fear if they're going to come towards you. So I'm just going to get a few from this deck and a few from that deck, and then we'll get some tarot, and then that'll be it. That'll be it. So how is this person feeling about you? Ex-lover. I'm hearing a song. James Blunt? Is it by James Blunt? Goodbye, my lover just started playing in my head. We have divine timing for how your person is feeling about you. Wrong timing. Waiting. Waiting for your return. And they're realizing, wait a minute, this person is not returning. It's not happening. For how they're feeling about you, we have spiritual awakening, enlightenment, epiphany, life lessons, rebirth. And that's what I was getting with that bear card. They're perceiving you as someone who has been through a spiritual awakening, is going through a rebirth, is empowering yourself. And again, you're open to receive. I'm hearing return to sender for some reason. Maybe they feel like if they send you a message, you're just going to return to sender. I also feel like for some of you, you could have awakened this person, whether it be spiritually or just on a healing level, because I was also thinking about the fact that they see you as an alchemist. Anyway, alchemists transform fear into love, shadow into light. Crossroads. So this person feels like they need to make a decision here. And for some of you, maybe you do have someone else in your energy because this is how they're feeling about you. If this person chose someone else over you, I feel like they have a lot of regret over that, and they realize they made the wrong decision. Whether that was like they chose their friends over you, or another romantic partner, or their family's opinion. We have regret, checks out, mistake, guilt, wrong choice, just as I was saying this, wrong choice, apology again, and we have ex-lover. Memories, the past, old flame, nostalgic. And remember when the elephant card came out, I said they still hold a flame for you. Old flame. So if you think this person doesn't think about you, you're wrong, is what I'm hearing. Or I don't like saying that either. You're incorrect. Maybe your perception is wrong or off or whatever. Sometimes our perceptions can be, different than what's actually going on. Look, we have broken, the first card I cut open to, broken again. So very repetitive messages in these decks. It's almost like I took on, yep, that makes sense. It's almost like I took on your person's energy like an hour before this reading. Like I can just, as someone who's reading their energy, I can just imagine what they go through, the mental torment and pain that they go through when they think about approaching you, which that type of energy can really deter someone from actually reaching out. And again, it's nothing you're doing. And the fact that I'm saying that, I'm wondering if there was unfair blame placed on you, because I immediately felt like I'm not blaming you. I'm just trying to give you an insight into how they, like what comes over them when they think about coming towards you. The other thing I want to mention is divine protection. So if they're being bombarded with those types of feelings when they think about coming towards you, that could be the universe's way or the divine's way of sending them a message that they're not ready to come towards you until they do some more healing or until they're ready to apologize. We have chaser. This is about how they're feeling about you. And it says, I don't want to chase anymore. And think about how they're perceiving you as someone who's only open to receiving, not chasing. The focus. It's 2, 3, 4 here. So you're on the right path, my friend, whoever you are. We have dishonesty. So this person could have been dishonest with you. They could have even been dishonest about their feelings for you. Because we had denial. So this person could have denied this connection at one point. But unspoken soul contract, the vow. What is going on with that? Do you see that? It just keeps going like, maybe your person has ADHD because there's this weird focus thing going on with my camera. How are they feeling about you? How are they feeling about you? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The cards you got out of this deck, we have commitment. I want you to be a part of my future. And I was just talking about that unspoken vow, unspoken soul contract. We have unfinished business. We still have things left to resolve and discuss. And remember their perception of you, that you are thinking about something unresolved in the past. We have hope. I haven't given up hope on us yet. Oh my gosh. We have overwhelmed. The stress of this is draining me. And that's exactly how I felt. I was so stressed out that I almost didn't do this reading. And that's what I feel overcomes them whenever they think about reaching out to you. And it's so powerful that it stops them from reaching out to you is what I'm hearing. We have unexpected outcome. Things didn't go the way I planned. So maybe this person thought they could just move on. Maybe they thought that you were going to return to them, that heart card. We have ego, the cowardly lion. I let my pride, I am worthy of love and care. That's your affirmation. And that's also, this reading is about how they feel about you. They know that you're worthy of love and care. I let my pride get in the way of our connection. And then the last card is we have mend. I want to fix our connection. So that's some pretty powerful energy coming out in all. How many decks did I use? I used 5 decks. Very repetitive energy coming out. So again, every time I go to think about what deck to use, it's like I'm like just flooded with your person's energy. Hang on. So I'm feeling very called to use this deck. Not sure why, but this is the deck that I was drawn to. I can also hear my son singing in the background. He's like, do, 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 do. What's on the bottom? Yeah, we have the 6 of Cups and the Phoenix. So This person is thinking about the past. They are reflecting about you right now. Look at that mirror. So I feel like you reflected things to this person that they needed to learn or think about. Six of Cups, thinking about you, very nostalgic, wanting to reach out. I cannot get over that heart card, awaiting your return. And again, I know that for some of you, and I applaud you for this, are saying, I will not be the one to return to them. If they want to come back, they need to come to me. And now I'm hearing Black Hawk Down. Fuck you. You come to me. And then we have the Phoenix. So for how they're feeling about you, they've seen you change. They've seen you rise like this Phoenix. And that in itself can be intimidating. Like if I were them, I would be intimidated too. Like seeing you change this much. What is my phone doing? It won't focus. So maybe this person wasn't focused on you or something, or they fear that you're no longer focused on them, which I don't think you are focused on them. I know you're watching this reading, but I feel like you're getting on with your life, even if you're watching this reading. You're not hyper-focused on them anymore, is what I'm hearing. What's underneath the Phoenix? We have Justice. Remember I said I was seeing Justice. Interesting. So you could be going through some good karma right now. Phoenix energy, Justice. We have the first cut, the Hierophant, unspoken soul contract. Commitment, I want you to be a part of my future. You were probably meant to teach this person lessons with the Hierophant. That's Taurus energy. Justice is Libra. Phoenix could be fire. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I know I haven't been mentioning signs. Sometimes I'm bad. Sometimes I'm bad about that. I just get so swept away in the reading that I just don't think about it. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. And actually, very interestingly enough, I just heard another reader talk about the Nine of Cups. So for how your person is feeling about you, they see you as a wish fulfillment. Their heart calls out to you. But this person could be in such an energy of like anxiety about coming towards you that they're just kind of focusing on whatever can bring them the enjoyment in the moment. And I'm thinking about that focusing. My son is so loud. Can you hear him? He's just downstairs in the room below me, just like, he's autistic, so I love him so much. And he paces, so he like paces around the room and vocal stems, and that's what he's doing right now. He's like pacing around the room. Maybe your person is pacing. But anyway, oh my gosh, your person could be focused on like things. For some reason, I'm hearing addictions. Like they could be focused on things they can control because they feel like this situation is out of their control, which is a little bit of, I'm hearing BS because it is within their control. They can have resolve here. They can, they can grab the bull by the horns and take control of the situation if they wanted to, right? Not if they wanted to. That spirit was like, that's black and white thinking, Kelly. When they're ready, they can. And underneath we have the Lovers. So divine love connection. I always say the Lovers is a challenging love connection because it pushes you to grow and evolve. It's not just sunshine and rainbows. And that's why so many people feel the energy. They feel that attraction of the Lovers. And then the minute things start to get rocky or the life lessons start to happen, their black and white thinking, their ego mind says, this must not be right for me. Because love isn't supposed to be hard or challenging, which is actually not true. Not in my opinion, anyway. Everybody has their own opinions, and now I'm hearing that opinions are like assholes, and everybody's got one. That's none of your business. We also have 9 and 6 here, so very yin and yang. Very yin and yang. So, Spirit, let's start with this person's energy. Again, once I settled into this reading, I was fine. And I feel like your person, once they reach out and apologize, I feel like they'll realize that the mountain, they're making a mountain out of a molehill. The mountain was actually a molehill, but their ego and their fear was making it seem like a mountain. Does that make sense? So let's look at their current energy. We have death, transformation, and the world. So they are going through some transformations here. And again, they do feel like there was an ending here, but they're lacking closure. It feels unfinished. I'm also feeling called to mention What's underneath the world? The King of Wands. I feel like I mentioned King of Wands, maybe not. But this person is transforming. And one thing I'm picking up on with the world is I'm actually getting like the lower, like the shadow energy of the world, which is they feel like they're at a distance with you, but they're feeling very unfulfilled in their life. They're feeling like they missed an opportunity with you, like they took you for granted, which I would probably agree with I would agree with that. I concur. Let's see another energy for, they're going through some sort of transformation. Let's continue on with their energy. We have Temperance. So Temperance is a very interesting energy because Temperance is about reevaluating the priorities we've chosen. Not always, but that's the first meaning that came to my mind, was reevaluating the priorities they've chosen over this connection or whatever. It's also showing that they're coming into balance, and that there is this energy of being patient about coming towards you. And that's what I meant. Maybe there were some transformations they needed to go through. So whenever they thought about reaching out to you, maybe the universe, the divine, kind of made them feel quite uncomfortable to stop them from reaching out to you until they were ready. And again, I'm talking about energy. I'm not talking about black and white limited self-limiting beliefs. If you want those, you can find those over on Instagram or over on TikTok. There's lots of self-limiting beliefs over there. I'm going to get one more. Major arcanas. They have major arcanas in their energy. I'm also feeling called to mention we have 13 and 14. So 13 is death and transformation, and then 14 is Temperance, is healing and coming into balance. So they are going through some important changes in their own energy right now. And we have the Chariot. Not surprised. I am not surprised. And you could be a divine feminine, because right away, whenever I see this card, I hear the divine feminine leads the way. And I'm not saying they're a divine feminine. That's not what I'm saying. But they could be following energetically your lead, because you are the phoenix. So if you're transforming, they're coming out as death. They're transforming at a delay. 6 to 9 months, I'm hearing. At a delay. I don't think it's going to take them, well, I can't make any promises. I feel like they're 6 to 9 months behind you, is what I'm hearing with that energy we had on the bottom of the deck. But the Chariot, so they are moving into alignment. This transformation and reprioritizing, reevaluating what they've prioritized, this healing that they're doing is, pushing them forward. And again, I'm hearing your higher self or your spirit guides could be like pushing this person forward as well, moving them into alignment. So let's see how they're feeling about you. How are they feeling about you? How are they feeling? The Hierophant, soul contract, commitment. I want you to be a part of my future. You could be some sort of mentor, or they could be looking at you as a mentor. Remember I said divine feminine leads the way. So they could really be inspired by your progress and growth here. So we have, it's all major arcanas. So life-changing, you've changed their life. We have Scorpio, we have Sagittarius, we have Cancer, we have Taurus. Take those as they resonate. What's on the bottom? King of Cups, falling into their heart space. Yes, this person has love for you, King of Cups. And they're realizing what this love is. They haven't been able to let you go. I do feel like this person is insecure, though. I'm not going to lie. Let's get more for how they're feeling about you. How are they feeling about you? How are they feeling about my viewer? We have the Wheel of Fortune, another major arcana. I've only pulled 5 cards, and all 5 are major arcana. So you have shifted something in their life. They feel like they were destined to meet you, that you've taught them some sort of important lesson. It's also an energy that they know they need to make adjustments if they're going to be with you. And every time I stop recording, there's a tarot reader on my screen. And every time I stop recording, it restarts the video. And she just keeps saying, someone sees you as a dream come true. Someone sees you as a dream come true. Every time I've stopped this, like, I don't know how many parts this is that I'm stitching together. I think I'm on part 5 or 6. That's the message that's coming through. Someone sees you as their wish come true or dream come true. For how they're feeling about you, we have the Two of Cups. So this is someone wanting to engage in an open and honest, heartfelt conversation with you. This is someone who wants to revisit this connection and see if they can repair it, is what I'm hearing. Two of Wands, they want to change their approach. We have 2-2. 2-2, what is 2-2 about? Balance, balance. So this person wants to balance this connection, change the way they're approaching you. They definitely want to talk to you, Two of Cups. Let's get another one for how they're feeling about you. We have the Page of Pentacles, 9 of Cups again. So confirmation that this person sees you as a dream come true. What was I just saying? We also have the Page of Pentacles for how they're feeling about you. That's fresh start energy. That's new chapter. This person, you know, I'm also hearing that they want to put in the work they need to put in to grow in order and transform in order to be with you. So let's look at their current intentions other than running away. 4 of Wands, marriage, building a solid foundation. Look at that. Focus. They want to come home, is what I'm hearing. 8 of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. So for intentions, like you have 2 cards about commitment. The 4 of Wands is about stability, structure, coming home, celebrations, weddings. It's the 11-11 card. Maybe they want to have children with you if that's something you're into. If it's not, like if you're done having children or you're not the right age anymore or you just don't want children, don't take that message. 8 of Pentacles is they want to put in dedicated effort. That's their intention. They want commitment. They want renewal here. 8 of Pentacles. Let's see what action they're going to take. Oh, should I take all those? We have the 6 of Wands. Now I'm drooling. I have 3 cards here for actions. I don't know what any of them are. 6 of Cups. Why am I not surprised? That is hearing from your ex. 6 of Cups. So for actions, you will hear from them. And I feel like they're going to tell you that they've been reflecting a lot about this and they've realized things. We have the 7 of Cups. So this person has clarity, and we have the Lovers. This person could also be reflecting on the fact that I don't know if this is your story, but one thing I'm hearing with the 7 of Cups, it can be, this person may have been like, this could have been a confusing connection to this person if it was a soul connection. They could have also made you feel like an option. All of a sudden my solar plexus is grumbling again. So that has to do with confidence. So I do feel like they've been lacking the confidence to come in with clarity. But this is someone who maybe, you know, didn't prioritize you, or I'm just thinking about that Temperance card too, re-examining priorities. And when they re-examine priorities, they realize they should have chosen you, or they should have prioritized you. And again, I feel like this person has been heavily reflecting on this. You also have 676, if that's symbolic to anyone, or like June 7th or July 6th could be symbolic. I know someone with a July 6th birthday. What else was I going to say here? The Lovers. So they will be making a choice to come towards you. This person could also be daydreaming a lot about you. We also have 6 on the bottom. So that's 666, which everybody always thinks that's like, everybody always thinks that's a number of like the devil. I feel like 666, if my memory serves me correctly, or what my intuition, my guides are telling me, is that can actually be about disharmony. So this person wanting to restore harmony here. Let's just see the future of this connection. It's funny, Ace of Cups, renewal. So offer of love, the Hermit. So it does feel like after a time of self-reflection and separation and isolation and a pause in this connection, which I'm not saying that there's still gonna be a huge pause here. But it does feel like this person wants to emotional awakening, your person sitting in their heart space. So it feels like this person does want to reveal to you some of these things they've been reflecting on with this Hermit energy. They want to come out of Hermit energy. I'm also hearing 1 month. Ten of Pentacles. So it feels like the outcome here is after a period of self-isolation and self-reflection and soul-searching. There's a new beginning. There's a renewal here, perhaps a proposal. And then 10 of Cups, which gives me 4 of Wands energy, because sometimes in the 4 of Wands, I'm seeing a very specific card here. Hang on. How interesting. That is interesting. So when I was shuffling, I was hearing maybe you want to grab another deck for the outcome, because we already have all these cards, like major arcanas out. And the deck that I just chose to show you the 4 of Wands has the World in reverse. And didn't I say I was seeing the World in reverse when it came up for your person. So I think that's just freaking magical. But anyway. Where is this 4 of Wands I'm seeing? I'm feeling called to show you this 4 of Wands. Where are you? It's funny, I'm seeing all the cards that are already on the table. There could have been an imbalance in this connection I'm hearing. Where are you? Did I already pass it? I should just pause the video, shouldn't I? Maybe I need to get a card from this deck since I grabbed it. This reminds me of yesterday in that reading with the anxious person. I went to grab a deck, and the card that I was looking for, it's very similar, was almost on the bottom of the deck. Or like, that's where it is. And I went through all these cards to find it. And I feel like there could be a message there for someone. But that's what I was seeing. Look at that. So that's your outcome, 10 of Pentacles, commitment, marriage, building a lasting foundation, their intentions, 4 of Wands. Beautiful. So I might just get, Spirit's telling me to get a card out of this deck. So what do you need to know about this person? What do you need to know about this person? Oh my gosh. We have the Empress. So this person sees you as the divine feminine. I do feel like this person has had to embody a bit of divine feminine energy themselves to fall into that heart space is what I'm hearing. We have the Ace of Pentacles. So it does look like this person wants to offer you something solid and stable. And we have the Chariot, which already came out for them. So this is coming for what you need to know about this person. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep receiving and not trying to achieve. Does that make sense? I'm just thinking of that card for you, for how they feel about you. They see you as someone only receiving. Like, I'm only accepting returns. I'm not returning anything of mine. I'm only accepting returns. Maybe for some of you, though, I keep hearing, I don't accept returns. Like, you know, when you go to a store and they say, we don't accept returns, but we do store credit. Anyway, so your advice about this person, what you need to know is keep doing you. Keep doing this. Keep being that Empress. Because this person is coming towards you with a solid offer. Chariot energy. Let this person be more proactive in love is what I'm hearing. I just want to get an outcome out of this deck since I touched it when I was talking about the outcome. What is the outcome? We have the World in the upright. So completion, fulfillment, a fulfilling romantic connection, a sense of like this person no longer taking you for granted, because this was in the reversal when I picked up this deck. We also have 3 of Pentacles. So you and this person getting on the same page. And on the bottom of the deck, we have Justice, which I kept hearing. I kept seeing Justice. So, oh, we have the 5 of Wands, end of conflict and resolution. So I'm going to leave it here, my friends, because I'm running out of time. But thank you for being here with me. Drink more water. It's magical. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.